Hello, guys, and welcome to another Berry World SMP stream. And today we are going to be looking at something that we didn't really get to see last time, which was the tree. So that's what we're gonna doing. I'm gonna be collabing with at the moment. I'm gonna be collabing with Swan Sorceress, and Dark Wyvern, as well as You Get Justice. So for this one, just sit back and relax and have a good time. Yes. But anyways, we're going to be we're gonna be doing the lore. Think of this as like a little side lore thing. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Hmm. So, let's see here. Oh, hello there, Sheriff Swanson.
Greetings, Empress.
I guess you received my message, huh?
Yeah, I came over as soon as I could.
Just take these boots off. There you go. Well, it's good that you came in here, but you didn't need to rush. It was no such emergency. It's actually something very interesting. I was looking through my little documents and found one of my to-do lists. I almost forgot to do it. Hope he isn't too mad at me. Anyway, you know how back then I was searching for a particular tree?
I do think I recall you discussing that at some point.
Well, I'll be happy to let you know that I found it.
Oh?
Yeah, we found it way back when, and it simply didn't cross my mind until now that I had to go back to it. I need to finish writing up that story if I'm going to keep my end of the bargain. Okay, where
I
is
see.
it? Okay, here it is. Anyways, let's go. We have someone else we need to pick up.
Oh,
I brought
alrighty then.
I brought you here because I needed you to see something. I figured you might enjoy a bit of culture.
Bit of culture.
Ah,
Well,
yes. If you're going to be serving a haven, you might as well get to know the Greek myths that surround this place. Well, history now that we know that it's real.
I have been doing my best to catch up on a lot of it, considering I never really got too much into Greek myths back in the old world, but gotta say, there's still a lot I don't know.
Well, despite that, there is the library, and if you want to, you feel free to talk to me. I am
Have you
more
been
than
getting
willing.
any rest, Empress?
Oh, I have, yes. Don't worry about it. I just look like this because I ended up breaking that chain and staying up last night. Though it was most likely for research and I wanted to get everything ready before we do this. Anyways, is he up there?
I don't think I've ever quite been up here before.
Well, this belongs to the head researcher of the Research and Development Center, so let's just knock on this door real quick.
Hello? Is who's here? Oh, Yuki. Hi.
Hello there.
I how can I help?
Well, first things first though. Do you mind if we come inside? It's really hot out. It's really cold today.
Yes, of course.
Apologies there.
Yeah, is there anything I can do for you?
Well, first shut the door. The
Yeah,
traffic's
yes.
gonna come.
Sorry,
It's alright.
I've been
Actually,
slightly busy. I've almost made a
I can
breakthrough,
see.
so
I cannot actually see that. You haven't taken off your lab coat, silly you. You're still in it.
yes. I was working on something downstairs, but now's not the time for that. I assume.
Well, no.
How can I help?
Well, actually, do you know your Greek mythology?
I can't say I do.
Hmm.
I've
Well,
mostly been interested in science. I, yeah.
but you are. I hope you are not a non-believer, though.
No, I've talked with Justin many times.
Ah.
And I know of your heritage, and I know of his heritage.
Do you know Swanson's heritage, though? Are you aware of Swanson?
What?
I think I've only met her once.
You've only met Swanson once. Okay, that's good. Anyways, let's go.
Do you mind telling me where we're going? Or what we're doing?
I need you to investigate something, and who else but I would have called on another researcher for this. However, I feel like you should be involved with it most of all.
Oh, I see.
There's something I want to test out.
Thank you
There
for
you go again,
including
Empress.
me, I
Oh,
guess.
I'm simply just, how you should say, playing around.
I see.
Anyways, but yes, I do need you, Swanson, because I need you to set up a perimeter over there. I don't want anybody harming it. Well, her, I should say.
Hmm. Well, that's one thing I at least know how to do.
And I feel like you'll enjoy this.
I'll
I
trust you
do
on
have.
that, then.
I do have to ask. Where are we going?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see soon. Don't worry.
You're
It'll.
really
It's
gonna
actually.
leave this girl in the dark?
Hmm. Actually, wait. Not this way. Not this way.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I just realized there's a shorter distance way of getting to it, so we don't need the skyways for
Right.
this. How we do, however, need the exit. We're taking the other exit.
I haven't been. I haven't really explored,
Hmm.
so I don't exactly know where I'm going.
It's probably going to be a bit problematic
listen,
taking
I have
that
no
exit.
idea quite where the Empress is taking us either.
Well, the thing
So,
is, I'm trying to
That's
be
good.
considerate of your fears. It's just why we're not taking that exit. We're taking the long way around.
I see.
Right.
Remember, one of the exits is underwater. I highly doubt you would
Oh,
want to go through there.
Oh. Yeah,
Just
um,
grab a boat. Don't worry, I'm not going to take you anywhere to your death. You haven't done anything wrong. Not like, well, and I did agree with Swanson to, well, be more fair. I don't want to make the same mistake.
okay.
Just follow me. Don't worry about it. Excuse me.
Well, I'm not too worried. I'm just a bit confused. This is quite an unorthodox request.
Don't worry about it. I just, like I said, I just need to test something, and I feel like you would be the perfect person for the job, being
Very
head
well.
researcher as
Yes.
well. Hopefully the
Um.
gate's open. I know that I asked that it to be modified. Ah, it is. Do you two know of Apollo?
I've
well,
heard stories.
I know of the name,
Well,
and I think I've heard Hermes talk of the fella before.
he's quite a lovely fellow. You'll like him. Don't worry. Where we're going is very sacred. Let me just tell you. You two are not to touch anything unless I request it to be.
Very well.
Now I'm hoping I remember this right. But where we're going. That's the one thing we really needed, some map of the whole world.
I'm sure there's some sort of cartographer or someone who knows at least a bit about cartography out there.
Actually, we do have a villager that is good at cartography, so that might not be an issue.
Well,
Somewhere around these islands, if I can remember it right. I know it was by Italy.
uh,
So tell me, while we're doing this, how have you two been?
I don't know. I've just been working. I don't really do much else.
Well, while my work days tend to, well, the contents tend to vary, they're very much the same.
How's the Pasteli child doing?
Oh, they're working out pretty well. Honestly, they've surprised me in numerous ways.
I see. So it was a good idea that we recruited her. Okay, here, try getting out now. Here we are.
It's a tree.
It's very majestic, isn't it?
I would say so.
If
Something
you're
about it just doesn't fit right with me.
well, that's why I brought you here. See, this place is deserted and very sacred. It's actually protected by the gods.
Okay.
I need you to check its heartbeat.
What?
I didn't stutter, did I?
I'm sorry, but trees don't have hearts.
Just humor me. Check its heartbeat.
I
Use the roots if you must. You'll feel something in there.
Tree that would have a heartbeat?
It's a favor I'm doing for a god. It has a pulse, doesn't it?
Surprisingly, yes. What the
Welcome to the new world's first ever living tree.
This is strange. This is new. I don't.
It's an actual breathing tree.
It's I don't know anymore. Just give me 1 second. I need to write this down.
I had some ideas. Do you two know the story of Daphne and Apollo? Well, from the old world, it's probably different, which I'm trying to speculate which part of it is true or not. Though the part about her turning into a tree is probably true.
Her turning into... You're saying this is a fella?
This is a fella, yes.
I'm still confused.
Basically, according to the myth, Apollo had a lover, Daphne. And
Okay.
though the story takes a bit of a... Well, the story apparently said that while trying to escape him, she turned into a tree. But that part, I'm not entirely sure that's true.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not too... What the hell was that?
Well, that sounded like a voice or something.
Oh, there he is. Lord Apollo.
You're living, breathing god.
Swanson and Wyvern meet Apollo, the god of the sun and knowledge as well. He's the one who is giving protection to the Apollo's library, hence why it's named after him.
I see. I'm
You don't need
starstruck. It's
you don't need to kiss the floor or bow that low. By the way, they don't like that. Just simply just not.
it's a living, breathing god.
Oh, well,
I'm assuming it's
nice
your
to
first
meet you too.
experience. I'm assuming
I've
it's
heard
your
a bit
first
about you
experience.
from Hermes.
Yes.
Ah, well, the fellow's a good friend.
By the way, if you've noticed he's not really talking, somehow you are hearing something. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but he's not talking. He's not actually talking. Haven't you noticed he's not moving his lips?
I was
Some
wondering
sort of-
about that, but
some sort of
Don't know,
telepathy.
don't know exactly how he's doing it, but he's doing it.
Telepathic, empathetic.
Hmm.
I'm afraid I
Ah.
don't know who that is.
Ah,
I-
okay. My suspicions were correct then.
I
When Justin,
don't
when
know.
I talked to Justin, I'll explain. When I talked to Justin, he basically pointed this out. You do look oddly similar to him. See what I'm getting at?
I don't.
huh.
You.
Swanson,
I
I figured you might be able to piece this together.
Yeah, I think I'd understand what's going on here.
Yeah, Wyvern is my name. I don't know what you mean by I go by Wyvern. Wyvern's my name.
Wyvern, look at him and tell me right now, he does look like you.
Maybe there was some resemblance, but that's.
You have the same brown hair.
I'm ginger.
Sorry, like I'm semi-colored, but it's probably because I haven't slept last night. You have the same
Oh.
colored hair, is what I mean.
It's just a mutation of a gene. It's not. I sorry, but are you trying to say something here that because I'm not getting it? What do you
I think
mean?
this is something for you to piece together yourself, fella.
Who the hell is we? I'm. Look, I'm just confused. The tree. You and the tree.
The Daphne is what her name is.
Daphne. Okay.
Do you know why he's not talking?
How the hell do you know that name? How the hell do you know that name? This is some joke. This is some sort of joke. What
This
did you
isn't-
bring me here for?
I had a suspicion when Justin pointed it out that you do look like Apollo, and I kind of. Well, with your developments so far, actually, especially your chemistry and alchemy capabilities, it's far extraordinary than a normal researcher. So,
It's. Stop calling me that. I swore off that name when I got here. Stop calling me that. I'm not Kane. This is. confused.
You're going into shock.
Of course.
Your name is
Who the hell is
Asclepius,
Yes. Who
Your
the hell
name-
is that?
the god of healing, according to myths.
I'm not a god. I'm just a random bloke.
Well, that is true.
I
You're
just-
not a god. You're a god born.
I don't get
Asclepius
this.
is-
I don't get it. I don't.
He's your father.
Got to be joking. This can't.
The last
This-
time I saw two fellas that had, well, one fella that had the same colored hair as a god, they turned out to be their child.
Like what? I don't know. I just things looked good. They looked like they would work. They just looked like they fit together. How do you know about that?
Gods are all seeing and all knowing. Let me see that. That's actually let me see that. Let me see that. Give it to me.
Yes, yeah, of course.
I've tried my hand at alchemy before. I haven't seen anything like this. Look at this, Swanson.
I made that. I made that.
Why are you trying to give that to me?
Just hold it and look at it. Just observe it. Look at the color.
Well,
you
the
seen
fellow
anything
there
like it?
saying only a few people could
Are
hold
you
it, and I'm not one
you
to take
saying
risks.
I'm the only one who can make that? This just seemed like right. All the ingredients just fit together in the correct manner.
However,
Okay.
I've tried making something sort of similar that way and I couldn't. And I'm Athena. For God's sake.
Okay. This is this is a lot to process. My mind is going numb. I'm not
Alright.
doing too
Don't-
well.
Alright, do not pass out now. Look at me. What I'm basically telling you is going to be the truth. This is your father, and this is unfortunately your mother.
I'd phrase that last bit a little bit more carefully, but
Hey, I'm gonna sit down for a second.
Just sit down right there. Just think about it. But basically, what we're telling you is you are a godborn.
I don't
Apollo,
get this.
what exactly happened to her? If you don't mind. I did promise you I would finish her story as to how it happened, but I can't know. I know something happened to her, but you don't need to tell me. I know that from experience. Hmm. I see. The tragedy. I'm assuming she was dying and you couldn't interfere. Hmm. That's what's disappointing about being a god sometimes. There are things you can't interfere with. This tree wasn't made by normal means, I'm guessing. It looks way too majestic for it to be a naturally grown tree. Hmm. Which gods were it? Was it? Figured. Figured the meter would be helping out. This tree looks... Ah, that one's understandable. You're all practically invincible. Getting hurt is not really something you have to worry about. Ah, no wonder it wasn't taken. It should have been taken by Thanatos. Hmm. And this is why this tree is, I'm assuming, why it's alive and breathing. Okay. I'm sorry you had to tell us this. It must be painful opening fresh wounds. Or rather, scars. Hmm. I'm assuming this is the great tragedy.
The Great Tragedy?
I'm guessing it's what caused the world to reset.
Oh, I see.
I have a feeling we're not going to like that. We want to find out, but I feel like you can't basically tell us what it is, but hmm.
The more I hear, or, well, whatever this counts as, the more I hear God say that kind of stuff makes me think that somehow we were involved in it.
It's alright, Apollo. You don't need to go any further. We'll handle it from here. We'll figure it out if we have to by ourselves. Even if we don't like the answer, wisdom is power, knowledge is power. And sometimes it helps despite the harm it may do. Wyvern, there's actually another reason why I brought you here.
What can I do?
There's a tale in Greek mythology of Asclepius being able to bring back people from the dead.
Bring people back from the dead? Really?
That's actually something that he can do apparently. And that's only my speculation, but basically Asclepius was known for being able to heal people so good that he was able to bring back somebody from the dead.
Is there not a cost to something like that?
Apparently
Doesn't
not.
just seem like something.
Though in the myth he was punished by a god. I just forgot which one was it. For doing something like that because it was unnatural still. Ah, of course.
You're talking about the physician's cure.
Yes, you've heard of it then.
My entire life's work. Ever since I used the knowledge that I had from this book to create weapons, I decided to seek medical advancements. And, well, every story I ever read pointed to something called the physician's cure.
Hmm.
A medicine so powerful it could cure any ailment, including death itself. If you're asking me if I can make that, then no. I've
You don't.
tried and tried and tried and tried every single thing I've done, and it has never worked.
You are his best bet. The, I'm asking you if you can. There's a reason.
Well, why can't I make it? Out of the realm I grew up to know. There is no other realm. Science is science.
Wait.
There is no outside the box. There is nothing. There are the laws. Things go together in certain ways.
Wait. You're not talking about.
I don't know. They have always existed.
You mean the creatures? Are you talking about the creatures?
Whatever y'all are on about, I certainly don't get it.
No. There's another realm. If Greek mythology is true in this realm, the passageway to the underworld is real then.
Well, yeah.
That's the only other realm I know of. We can't really go to Olympus because that's forbidden. We're still mortals despite being godborns.
I'm not a
So-
god.
Who? Who is it? Hecate. The goddess of magic.
Magic. Can't be serious.
You have a god literally sitting down in front of you, and you mean to tell me magic
That's-
wasn't out of the realm of the possibility?
Come on, there's an easy way of explaining a higher being, a being so far evolved that they look like gods to us, immortal. That's a thing I can understand, but magic? I believe in science,
I
Not
understand that.
mystical stuff.
I understand that, but listen. You have to try. We have to seek her. That means going to the underworld, and that means looking for it. Swanson, we're going to have to look for that, and I need you to use every royal guard that we have to search for this.
Yeah,
According
I
to
can
what
do that.
according to what Hades told me, the entrance is actually close to home, so search around Haven.
Alright.
I
I've been
You
meeting
know,
to
I-
call a Royal Guard meeting soon anyway. I'll get them on that.
You can also use the Navy fleet. I'm s- because it could be anywhere. It could be anywhere, underwater, on land. If you must, you can ask Captain Mint to assist you with her Navy fleet.
I'll be sure to get in contact with her too then.
Send a letter in if
Right.
you must. I also want this place to be protected.
Mhm. Wyvern, I know it's difficult to, well, widen your viewpoint when the things that you once knew aren't exactly correct anymore, but take some time to think on it, and you'll eventually see that sometimes it does actually make sense, even though it don't seem to. That just sounded like nonsense. Anyway.
I mean, at least you're trying. I don't
You have to try.
know
Look at him.
anymore.
Look at him. He's literally taken an oath of silence because he can't move on. If she's alive in there, that means that if this drug was ever made, you can actually bring her back. Theoretically speaking.
I don't even know her. I don't.
They are still your family.
They're my family. If you're my family, then why did you leave me on some doorstep as a child, and you left me in the worst place I could have ever gone?
They had to go back. I'm assuming. Haven't you noticed they can't stay here for as long as...
If you saw, it was supposedly also my dad. Brilliant.
Wyvern, I know how you feel in regards to parental abandonment. I think Swanson can also relate.
What?
Your parents, did you not know them? Or have you not gotten contact with your parents? Not even once. Not even a subtle way of doing it.
I don't know quite what you're on about. I had normal parents, Empress.
They can't stay in the mortal realm. They get weaker as they stay longer. Unfortunately for Apollo, he's the sun. Can you imagine what would happen if the sun went out or got out of control? That's why he can't stay. He's literally the one thing standing between us and imminent death, which is why he had to leave. He's keeping the sun at bay from killing us all.
Mm.
I can forgive my father for leaving because he has duties.
Yeah, Apollo? It's fine.
You don't like, I'm assuming Apollo, because of what happened, you don't like the interrupting rule that you were sworn into. The one where you can't interfere with mortals. I'm assuming you don't like it. Understandable. Knowing you can do something about it. But you can't because you're under oath. Think of the oath as a contractual binding. It's like a dog on a leash. Once the dog steps out of line, you pull on it, yes? It's like that for them. Ah, yes, I know about them. Nyx is also one of those. Well, for what it's worth, you're doing a good job. When we find the underrealm, well, the entrance to the underworld, I'm I'm going to call on you, Wyvern. You're going to have to come with me. And you too, Swanson.
I
The underworld is not exactly sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to need the researchers to be there to study it. We need to map it out. We're going to be traversing through the land of souls after all. Each level worse than the better to the worst, I say. What is that?
Some type of coin-looking thing?
Oh, fascinating. It's a Grecian drachma. These are ancient Greek coins that they used back then. I'm assuming this is the payment for the boatman. Wait, he's a thing?
You said his name was Charon, correct?
Charon, yes, the boatman. The one that will help us traverse through the underworld.
I see.
I'm assuming this is only good for coins do not work on him, so it's hard to get those. I'll keep this safely.
I suppose we'll need one for each of us. If the three of us are gonna head down there once we find it.
I'm going to need you to bring the royal guards with you. 1 coin, 1 free passage.
I see.
How do we get back,
wisely
though?
on who's going down there.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to be...
Perhaps
well...
it's a two-way trip.
yeah, good for a two-way trip for 1 person, yes. We're going to need a lot of coins, then.
Well, better start asking the other gods.
Just 1 round trip down there. I've read about the underworld and it's not exactly the next one trip in and 1 back.
Well,
We'll be
that's
considered
lucky.
guests. We'll be considered guests when we get down there, but still. There are monsters and other creatures like the Furies, possibly, that might harm us because we're not exactly souls. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
That is good. Not like I know how to deal with mythical creatures.
I'm sure. You know, you're right. He wouldn't. Still, though, it's not exactly a bad idea to bring in more muscle, just in case. So, Swanson, you're going to have to gather the royal guards.
How many exactly do you want to bring with?
Usually the ones with you. Take the usuals, plus maybe bring the Prastelli person.
Alrighty.
So, Lee, Evan. You get what I mean. Oh, a new member of the Royal Guard, a girl, 16, 15 years old. Why? Hmm? Why do you ask?
Mate,
Alright then. Hmm.
What was that, Wyvern?
let me ask you one thing. Apollo, Dad, I still can't believe that. Do you know the recipe for the cure? Could you at least tell me one of the ingredients? Or am I in the dark?
You mean you mean the breath thing?
Breath. I see.
If you're Asclepius, that means that the ingredients, your knowledge on the ingredients might come to you more naturally than usual. Think of it as like an
Maybe.
automatic instinct.
That's just how I've been going.
Hmm.
I see.
Hecate will be your guide then. We'll need to search for her. The only other realm that I know of that we can actually traverse is the underworld, which, given this drachma, you'll definitely need to come with me when I go down there.
Very well.
Bring any more researchers with you, whoever is interested in that expedition. House of Hades.
Don't
Huh.
worry about the other. Don't worry about them. The other researchers, they're busy on their own things.
I know that, but still, not exactly bad
Just
for others to have this experience. It's an experience of a lifetime. Knowledge is something that you need in your division. Thank you, Apollo.
essentially.
Alright, I'll I'll write it as soon as I get to Haven. We should. On the bright side, we know another Godborn.
I guess you do. It's if I manage to actually do it.
Well, think of it this way: if you do manage to do it, and I have faith that you will, think of it that it will be your greatest achievement, written down in the history books.
It's a lot of pressure for one person.
It is always a pressure when you're a Godborn. We're already expected to do a lot of things. It's almost like we're almost standing with them when it comes to responsibility. Ours is much lesser than theirs, but still the burden is great.
Well, it's not like Godborns can see everything. I'd say God's got Still a lot more on their plate in that matter. Well, that's cryptic.
See. I'm going to stay here a little longer.
Do you want to bond with him?
I'm not certain. I just need some time, and there's something... I just need time for my brain to wire, and I don't really feel like going home right now.
It's alright. But piece of advice. My family never bonded. Well, besides Justin. They never really bonded with me. I suggest you take this as an opportunity. You will regret it, I swear. You
Maybe
have
another time.
you have parents that love you at the very least. We're probably gonna go off, Swanson. You coming?
Yeah, Laverne, if you ever need to talk, my door's always open. And I know this feels weird to offer to a god, but same to you, Apollo.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's go. May Hermes guide us. Well, that was interesting.
I see your little guessing game was right once again.
Well, when you base things on facts and clues,
You can get pretty far, yeah, I know.
I had to actually think about this one. It was actually a lot harder to find, but then as soon as I remembered what Justin told me, that he looked awfully similar to Apollo, it gave me some thought. I thought it was just a random comment, but well, it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't. That should be all 9.
There's no use pretending anymore, is there?
No. I already know. And I remember specifically that you told me about this, though I'm not entirely sure if you did. It's
I
probably another
never
person.
told you. I didn't want you to know, or anyone, in fact, to know. Hell, I thought I'd been doing a pretty good job of hiding it. It's not like I've been showing anything exemplary or anything.
Tell me
And
though.
again, it's not exactly like some of the gods are very good at not mentioning the fact.
If
But I
here,
suppose it's only one fella I asked not to tell, so...
well, for what it's worth, if you would like, we can swap information to keep things fair. Let's say, if you tell me your what you have so far, what you've seen so far, I'll tell you mine.
What exactly do you mean by seen so far? We're pretty much caught up on who we suspect to be Godborns.
I mean, powers wise, have you not been showing off any powers, abilities?
That's...
Even minor, like it could be nonsense, but you know.
I don't like mentioning it, and I'm not necessarily sure I want you to know. There's a reason why I decided to keep all this stuff hidden. Because I didn't want being a Godborn to change things.
It won't. All it'll do is just let me know
But it
things.
does. It does change things.
I suppose,
Ever
yes.
since I came here, my power, or whatever, doesn't let me be normal anymore.
So has mine. Well, you've earned your loyalty. I'll just tell you. Feel free to tell me yours. If not, that's fine. I've been able to strategize whenever I look at something. It's like an instinct. Imagine looking at a map and knowing exactly what to do with your army. You can see multiple instances of certain probabilities. Probability of them running away, you have a plan for it. Probability of them attacking, you know how to defend for it. That's what I can do. I've noticed that whenever I look at maps.
Fun. I suppose there's not much.
It's good for the
You
upcoming
know
war,
of the
though.
fates.
Yes, I know of the
The
fates.
fates in mythology. Wasn't you? I suspect that the price of my knowledge is that if something is to change, I suffer for it, whether it was by my hands or not.
That does explain a lot of things.
That's certainly why I was so out of it that night.
I'm guessing if certain things don't come true as they should, it creates an alternate. You go down the alternate path, which probably that sort of change because your brain is probably processing the new information is probably why it's hurting. It's kind of like stuffing a lot of. Imagine your head being like the jar. Imagine stuffing a bunch of candy in there and then suddenly you have to refill more. It's going to overflow, yes?
Certainly.
Yes, that's probably why you are having a headache.
I'd call it more of a migraine.
It's that painful, huh?
I passed out at Beantopia or whatever you call it. I didn't make it home that night. Never the case. I don't want others knowing about it.
My lips will be
Bad
sealed.
enough that 2 people know about this now.
Don't worry. As I've promised my allies, I'm not going to do anything. The information is
It's not
useful.
necessarily that I think you'll do something with it, although I'm certainly sure you could. It's more so, I don't necessarily know if I like being Phoebe. Don't know if I like what it brings. Because knowing people's fates randomly without my consent, and then being faced with the fact that I either know someone will die or something horrid will happen, like the fire, and being unable to stop it so far.
That's the burden of being a godborn.
Well, you could
You
say
have
maybe slightly I understand what them gods feel when they know everything. Sure, it's not to the same scale, but most people aren't burdened with knowing their fate.
we'll keep this hush hush because knowing humanity's history on people being able to see into the future, it's not exactly good.
It's not like I can do it on command or anything right now.
I'm assuming it
Don't know if I'd even
happens.
want to.
I'm assuming they whisper to you in terms of what you're doing at as of the moment.
They're talking to me right now. Not all of its prophecies, sometimes they just talk to me. Right now, one of them is scared of you.
I can understand that. My feet so far hasn't necessarily been the brightest and sunshiniest manner. It's not exactly positive.
Well, you had a man killed, so.
Eh,
And again, I didn't do anything to stop it, so.
you could have, but you just didn't. I wouldn't blame you though, if you did actually try to stop it.
I won't lie. I figured that'd get me killed.
You are the least person I would want executed.
I've come not to take risks. Because in the long run, if I'm dead, who's gonna look out for the rest of them folk? Because let's be honest, a lot of idiots here want to die by the way they're acting.
Well, that's the
If I
thing about
die, I
humanity.
can't exactly save them anymore, so.
True, but I guess that's the flaws of humanity. It's just part of being human. We will do things that doesn't really make sense sometimes. Which is why I don't really act according to emotions. I'm trusting you with this logic now simply because it's more of a strategic advantage.
I used to take things more logically. But now I have second opinions all in my head telling me things, and. Oh, it's hard not to get emotional.
Well, despite everything, whatever the fates tell you, still it's up to you to decide what to do with it. Think of it as like just giving you advice. You can simply ignore it or choose to do something about it.
Ever since I got here, ever since I joined this whole society, my morals haven't exactly been holding up. They were simple in the old world. I knew exactly what to apply them to. It was set in stone. There were set systems in place and all of that. But now we're here on the verge of war. I have voices in my head. I thought I was insane.
You're not insane. You're
Well, it's starting to
just.
feel like I'm gonna go insane. Because hell, people are bound to die if we go to war.
I understand
People
that.
are going to die. And there ain't anything I can necessarily do about it. And even if I decide to ignore these fates, if I get a prophecy about someone's death, like I did before, that's on my conscience. Hell, I'm already gonna go to Tartarus or some shit for all I've done, but
I don't think so. It's not exactly wise to put a godborn in hell.
if I don't care if I'm a godborn and that if it ain't wise or whatever. If I deserve to be punished, then I deserve to be punished. There ain't nothing about it. Being a godborn just means I had interesting parents. That's why I don't like all of this. Suddenly everything I understood and knew. Well, it's all kind of thrown out the window now, ain't it?
I
Now I know
guess.
things that I didn't before. I have knowledge I didn't before. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this.
I can sort of relate. Being the goddess of wisdom, the godborn of wisdom and war strategy, the entire circumstances of the war will rest on what I do in terms of strategy. We could lose a lot of people or none at all, but that depends on what I do. That's why things have to go as planned with me. I want to make sure that there's the least amount of casualties.
I simply find it ridiculous that people that not too long ago lived lives in cities, had office jobs, whatever the hell,
I used to
never
have a
picked up
small
a
clinic.
blade. Now suddenly we're all here ready to tear each other apart with blades and arrows and fire.
Hopefully the war doesn't come to it. But still, retaliation must be met with a response. I promise you though, when we find them, they will not be killed on the spot. They will be taken to prison as what we've agreed upon. I agree that
Thank you for
unnecessary...
that.
No problem. But I agree that unnecessary bloodshed is really, well, unnecessary. So, might as well just imprison them for being, starting this whole ridiculous conquest of wanting me off the throne.
Well, that's what would have been done in the old world.
Mhm. History has certainly taught us a lot of things. People that they don't agree with to rule will most likely be, well, met with a revolution of people who disagree.
I'm gonna head back to Talon Peaks.
You do that. I have to go to the library and fulfill my duties to Apollo.
Yeah.
A boon is a boon.
Take care, Empress.
You too. As much as Godborns are useful, it is quite a pain in the ass. I know burden more than anybody. Still, no use lamenting on it now. Might as well make some use out of it. Now then, where shall I start? And that's about it for the lore, guys. Woo! Sorry, by the way, if the voice is cut off at one point. My headset disconnected midway, so I have to adjust it again. But thank you so much for for watching this out. Man, that was a very emotional episode. That was so emotional. We got to know a lot of things and whatnot. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching Barreled SMP. there'll be more episodes. By the way, please check out everybody that's part of this SMP. They also stream. They're amazing. They're in the description, at the card part, and also make sure you check out our Twitter because we do usually update there. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the stream. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you want more. And as always, this is Yuki Blaze, the Blueberry, signing off. Bye bye.